Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and welcome to another episode of Rant Time. We haven't done one of these in a while, and if the voice sounds a little different, it's because I have tonsillitis. I got it about an hour after playing Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. So, you know, I'm blaming that for this. Regardless, though, I was going to release a creepypasta video tomorrow. We'll probably hold off on that, and maybe release that instead, the whole FNAF Sister Location, just because of the throat. I mean, I could do this for every other video, but the voice is really important. I mean, it's important for every video, but you get the point. Regardless, today, according to the title that I've already planned out in my head, when all there is drama, ladies and gentlemen, today's rant time is going to be focusing on the YouTube world around us, because let me start off by saying this. I actively look at the analytics for the viewership here on this channel, and most of the viewership is the older audience, okay? There's not a whole lot of people in the 8 to 12-year-old demographic watching this channel. I mean, there are, but more of the people here are the older crowd. And the older crowd typically knows about this stuff, and it's sort of, how should I say, cringy to all of us, and sometimes it flares up to a point where we do have to acknowledge how cringy it is, and ladies and gentlemen, have the last few days been really cringy. So why am I talking about this first of all? Now, recently, if you've come to my streams, I made a point that I had essentially blocked out any sort of drama or exposure channel out of my YouTube account. Just so that, well, I had it filtered out so that it would never show up in my related searches, or like the recommended videos. And ever since then, I've been really getting into a lot of different content creators that I wouldn't have found out before due to my, recommended list being absolute fucking AIDS. And of course, having tonsillitis for the past 3 days, I've basically been bedridden. It means I can't go to work, which for a workaholic like me is really fucking grating. And the reason I'm also making this video is just so I can sort of forget that I'm in bed basically most of the time. So while I was in bed, I usually use my laptop to just basically check emails and browse the internet. So I went on youtube.com on my laptop, and because my laptop didn't have the same settings, and I used it basically a few months before when I had videos on the side just detailing when the stuff was really, really intense. And looking into the related, recommended section that night, which was about 2 nights ago, was absolutely the most cringiest thing I have ever witnessed. Literally the most cringiest thing I have ever witnessed in my life. So recently, we all know that there's drama that flares up on the internet. We all know this, okay? Big fucking whoop, right? I mean, everyone's shocked. So regardless, people get into beefs with each other, but that's not the issue that I have. The last time I talked about this, I covered people channels that specifically expose. I still don't like those channels, and that's not changing, but it's not about that. It's about the new breed of gaming channels that have suddenly turned into news channels. And mini rant over here for the news channels out there. My personal opinion is I see a lot of these news drama channels try to say that they're news networks, basically. No, I've worked for 2 news networks in my life. There's nothing similar to it whatsoever. See, the level of investigations that goes on YouTube typically amounts to reading Twitter, okay? Most of you guys read Twitter, okay? You make 5 or 6 Twitter JPEGs, put them in a folder, and make a video about them. That's it. Okay, there any more investigation of that I've never seen people do. Okay, they couldn't be fucked with it. So regardless, that's my little mini rant. It's not about that. This is about the community that surrounds it. So whenever something big happens, you ever notice how everyone suddenly has a fucking opinion on it? Every channel decides to cover it. So I looked at some of the old channels that I used to watch before I did YouTube, and every single one of them covers this for the fucking view side of it, okay, to get the little bit of extra revenue they could. And it's downright embarrassing. Every channels that have nothing to do with the topic suddenly start throwing opinions around. And that wouldn't be that big of an issue to me. Okay, that wouldn't even be an issue. Okay, I wouldn't even, I look at that and say, wow, okay, whatever. Everyone has an opinion. It would be a fucking opinion, okay, if it was unique. All right, I challenge you, ladies and gentlemen, to take one video on one topic. Okay, the opinion on any specific drama recently is better. Okay, I want you to take 3 more videos from 3 different content creators who make the exact same, like, video, okay? It could be like fucking X got exposed, or X did this and that. You won't believe what happened, number 3. Or X kills children and fucking worships satanic mattresses, okay? Any of those combinations. Put like 4 of them in a playlist. I want you to watch all 4, okay? I want you to take out a piece of paper, write down the similarities in the opinions, and tell me how many of them are similar. I would probably bet my left testicle that 75% of those opinions are exactly the fucking same. And it just shows you how people join a bandwagon for the little bit of cheap views that they can get. You know what I mean? And I did the math. I looked at most of the I looked at some of the top views, you could say, for fucking some of these videos, and it really amounts to at most $20. So you can assume that most people's integrity on the site is worth $20 US. It's downright embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen. You know, when you go onto the internet, you expect there to be some, you know, interesting content. And recently I was getting into that, but, you know, I get sick once, okay, this year, 2016, with fucking the worst throat of my life. I lay in bed, open up youtube.com on my laptop, and whoa boy, the internet's crawling with AIDS. And there's nothing I can really do about it, you know, I'm just looking at it, and I watch a few of these, and I'm like, wow, it's actually gotten worse than it has in the past few months, okay, because now at this point, everyone's just copying the exact same video, okay, like everyone has just joined a bandwagon of like basically hating on someone or loving someone and taking a side, when in reality, if you think about it, all YouTube drama is essentially cringy as shit. It's actually funny to sit through and watch, maybe the first 2-3 times, but actively following it and partaking in it, like, and taking it seriously is downright fucking laughable, okay? Like, most of the people that follow this shit are fucking 12, okay? And you can read the comment section of any of these like news channels, and I was air quoting there, or like fucking, or similar channels thereof, and you can basically look at the comment section and say that most of those commenters haven't actually experienced puberty yet, okay? Or they may never experience puberty with the severe fucking infancy that they have. And that's the audience they're reaching for, okay? That's really the audience of YouTube that's primarily active, okay? This channel, most of the people are older, and most of the channels that I watch that make really good content are of an older audience, you know, and it's understandable, okay? Most people my age, we can't be on YouTube. We got to be out there making paper, you know, paying bills and partaking in things outside of the internet. And the problem, and I know I'm going off on a million tangents over here. I really know that I'm going off on a million tangents. But the thing is, at the end of the day, most of these like videos nowadays that have basically flooded, okay, and let's just be honest here, most of the videos are like 10 minutes and above, and I know that whole thing about, you know, 10 minutes and above, extra revenue, it's only there if you enable the ads, which most of these videos have. I swear, one of the videos I saw like 6 mid-roll ads on a 10-minute, 6 fucking mid-roll ads on a 10-minute video, which obviously it's for the fucking view side of it. But what gets to me about it too is not only is there an overabundance, like you're talking about fucking hours upon hours, like even 100 hours of video on the same fucking opinion, but you also see the laziness of some of these people who are trying to get rich and famous on the internet, which is not easy to do, by the way. It's not easy to do in general. It even peeves me out that I look at some of these fucking channels and it's like, they don't even use their own fucking gameplay. Like, how do you run a gaming channel, but you don't even record your own fucking... You don't have the excuse to use that anymore. Okay, the new systems nowadays, they have built-in recording features anyways, that are always running. So you can't fucking say that I couldn't get gameplay. So these people are downright fucking buying gameplay or ripping gameplay from another video, re-chopping it up and posting it on their own. It's downright fucking embarrassing. Like, the very little effort you're taking anyways to make the video, you go above and beyond and fucking ruin your video even further by taking less creativity, less steps in it. And basically what you're doing is you're a factory of internet, like, fucking AIDS or cancer, whatever the fuck it is. Okay, because that's essentially, you're just basically shitting out a video that exists 80 times in surplus on the internet anyways. And to cover a bandwagon, like, is the $20 you earned off that video really worth the loss of integrity you face? I don't know. But I think I'm going to end the video, you know, right about over here. I think I've made my point, and fuck, am I looking at the voiceover? It's like 10 minutes something long. So I know I'm going to get that in the comments. But you know what? Anytime you see one of these videos, just tell yourself this, okay? Just say this in your head. $20. Alright, because that's what most of the fucking content on this site has essentially become at this point. And, you know, is all of YouTube bad? Of course not. There's still really good content. I was just recently thrown back into that pond, so to speak, just because I fired up my old laptop. So, I guess moral of the story is, fuck you, tonsillitis, for making me re-experience internet AIDS. But ultimately, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope today is going to be a very amazing day for you. I don't even know where I was going with that. And Gears of War 4 just came out today, so for those of you playing that, I've been playing the game non-stop. It's basically like a pain. It's making me forget that I have tonsillitis, but then I gulp and remember the excruciating pain that my tonsils deliver to me. That being said, thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. This is me, Mudahar, and I am out.